This week on the show, Arlo's latest security camera, and Sony has a brand new set of noise cancelling headphones. In tech news, the number one piece of tech news, I guess, that floats to the surface this week is the brand new Note 20 Ultra 5G. Now, unfortunately, although we've been playing with it, we're not allowed to go into detail yet because we're under embargo as to what it's actually like to use this, which is fine. I totally understand all that. But we can confirm that we have it in our hands and we're using it, and we will be very, very soon able to share more details about it with you, but just not yet. So apologies for the delay, but it is kind of to do with the fact that we're not allowed to actually say anything yet. But Note 20 5G Ultra is the one we've been playing with. Most definitely, without reviewing it, because we're not allowed to review it yet, I can say, and this is not a review, because it's not, but easily Samsung's best smartphone ever. And more details will come as to why once we can actually tell you.
TCL is ready to shake up the mid-range TV market again with its latest lineup of QLED displays. The company's X7 range has high-end features without the price tag.
TCL is one of the leading consumer electronics manufacturers in the world. Since TCL Australia was founded in 2004, the company has grown to be one of the most successful television brands in the Australian market. TCL's X7 QLED television uses quantum dot technology, an advanced display type that provides better brightness and colour performance than regular LCD displays. This helps to deliver true-to-life images with a wide colour gamut, bringing an incredible 3D-like depth, giving you an immersive experience with your content. What sets TCL apart from some of its competitors comes down to its operating system, Android TV, on most of TCL's 2019 product lineup. This means you get the full benefit of the Google Play Store, Google Assistant functionality, and Chromecast. This gives you the ability to stream content from other devices to your TV seamlessly.
TCL has even included a better-than-usual standard audio setup on the X7 line, with 4 powerful speakers tuned by Onkyo inside the chin of the display.
What makes you feel truly immersed isn't just the immersive visual experience on the screen, but it also comes down to the audio. Using the latest technology, you'll hear every detail and will be captivated by the experience from your latest TV series or movie. TCL's voice remote control is included with the X7 series, meaning you can use its inbuilt Smart Assistant connectivity, take advantage of its Google Assistant functionality, or if you have Amazon Alexa set up at home, you can take full advantage of it, as the X7 range works with Alexa. While most functions of the TV can be controlled simply by speaking into the TCL voice remote control, like searching for movies, launching apps, or even changing the volume, you can go one step further and take full advantage of the inbuilt artificial intelligence in the TCL range. From having the ability to control your smart lights, security cameras and more with the power of your voice, the only limits are your compatible smart devices. TCL will offer the X7 lineup in either 55-inch or 65-inch sizes, with recommended prices of $2,199 for the smaller model or $3,299 for the larger one.
Looking for a smarter, brighter, more immersive TV that delivers the full user experience, covering everything from picture quality and design through to sound and smart features? Well, the X7 lineup is one for you.
Well, I have in my hand the brand new smart security camera solution from the guys at Arlo. This one is called the Essential Spotlight Camera, and I guess one of the things Arlo has done over the period that they have been making their cameras is they've really taken this initiative of being top quality hardware and software, but that comes at a price, right? So what they've done with the Essential is they have packaged up a number of the key features from their more expensive cameras, but they've put this in at the bottom end of the price point range for Arlo cameras. And it's really making access to the Arlo ecosystem more accessible for everybody, especially if you want to just sort of start with one camera and build up from there. I thought we'd have a chat with Brad from Arlo. How are you today, Brad?
Great, Charlie.
Now, look, the Essential camera, I mean, was that the correct way of describing the Essential from my introduction? It is the perfect on-ramp to the Arlo ecosystem?
Yeah, so the all-new Arlo Essential Spotlight Camera, it's the latest addition to the Arlo lineup of smart, do-it-yourself security products. And whether you want to check on loved ones while you're away, check around the house or see who's at the front door, the Arlo Essential Spotlight Camera is it's a fantastic way, provides huge value for people that are either wanting to expand their existing systems or get into the smart home for the first time.
The interesting thing about it, though, is that it's really that you can just buy that one camera, screw it on the wall, connect it to your Wi-Fi. You don't have to have that Arlo base station with this one, especially. That's something that we need to note. But you just buy this one camera and you can be connected and off you go. You can actually start trialing that Arlo ecosystem in your home and seeing what it's like to have a camera in a zone where you may have thought, well, I need a camera, but you've also got the camera and a light there too.
Yeah, so the first thing we've done is we've included all the features that people love the most about our Arlo products. First of all, it's still 100% wire-free, weather-resistant, works inside, outside. Full HD video, wide field of view. We've now integrated a spotlight. We have full color night vision, two-way audio. So really fully featured packed, but we've been really able to optimize those feature sets, as you said, to make it as affordable as ever for people to keep an eye on what they love the most.
The interesting thing you mentioned there is two-way audio as well, right? And we've seen audio where it's like you got one channel, right? When you start talking, you don't hear back from the other what's happening at the other end. Whereas with two-way audio, you've also got it feels like you've got multiple audio channels going on. So as I'm talking, I can still actually hear what is going on at the point of the camera. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's a real important thing, actually. So no more walkie-talkie style conversations. It's like having a real natural conversation. So if someone comes to the front door or a courier wants to drop off a package, you can give them clear, concise instructions, or engage or even scare off an intruder that may be lurking around the house.
You include with this a introductory period or a free introductory period for your smart cloud solution as well, so you can trial that. Just tell us a little bit more about that, especially why I would use that rather than just using the non-subscription features that come with the camera.
Yeah, so the Essential Spotlight Camera comes with a 3-month trial of Arlo Smart. And Arlo Smart is our own AI and computer vision-based service that will give you advanced detection of people, vehicles, animals, or even packages. You can create custom activity zones and right through to also giving you access to 30 days worth of cloud storage for all your recordings. So that makes the cameras more powerful, more flexible, and gives you access to all your alerts and all your recordings. Doesn't matter where you are around the world.
If I've already got Arlo at my home, can I just buy this camera and just connect it up? Will it talk to all Arlo systems or only part Arlo systems? How does that work?
No, it'll fit right into any existing Arlo ecosystem, whether you have Arlo or whether you're starting from scratch. One thing we've really focused on is made it as easy as possible to take the product out of the box and get it up and running. Most people, you download the app, you follow the on-screen instructions, and you can be up and going in 10 minutes.
The battery life, I know you've done a lot of work on that one. Do I need to have a solar panel or a separate charging mechanism going into that camera, or will it last a fair amount of time just on the battery?
Yeah, so battery life is on par with our existing products. So most people we find get a good 4 or 5 months, of good usage out of it, depending on how much activity and how many recordings. Look, we do provide several power options to keep the camera topped up. As we said, you can take the product down and keep it charged up as it needed. But we do also provide hardwired solutions or a solar panel. So if you do want to go and place the camera, whether it's on a back fence or up a tree or somewhere where you don't have access to power, there are plenty of options to keep the camera fully charged.
Question without notice, Brad. One of our listeners of our radio show got in touch and said that their neighbour's dog goes and sniffs around on their lawn and does some unsightly activities on there, and they were wondering if they got a security camera with a siren built in, would they be able to have the siren sound out automatically when it sees a dog on the lawn? Will the Arlo Essential do that? Now, we're not asking, will the siren shoo the dog away? What we're asking is, can the camera identify that it's a dog and activate the siren in that instance?
With a little bit of configuration, yeah. So with Arlo Smart, we do have the ability to detect the difference between a person, a vehicle, and an animal. And then once we detect that object, we can set off a set of smart rules to either send you alerts, whether you want to jump on the phone and scare the dog away, or sound the siren. So, yep, plenty of ways that we can take that smart analytics and do much more with it. Bringing
harmony to the front area of your home in so many different ways. It is the brand new Arlo Essential Spotlight Camera. They're available now. We'll have some details on the Facebook page, of course. Brad, thanks for your time today. Good to have a chat to you about the latest thing from you guys.
Thanks, Charlie.
This is Gme, the touchscreen device delivering your favorite streaming entertainment. It's smart, safe, and fits in your pocket.
You'll notice that Gme has no cameras, as this is an entertainment device. Every Gme has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connectivity, a 5-inch plastic touchscreen, FM radio receiver, and a 2,200 mAh battery. We've also included basic parental controls allowing you to pin lock the apps and settings on every Gme. Don't know the pin? Then you can't open the app. There are 3 versions of Gme: Gme Plus, and Gme Connect. Gme is perfect for listening to apps like Spotify and Apple Music with limited distractions. Gme Plus has the same hardware but is a Google-registered device. So we've pre-installed some Google services like YouTube, Google Maps, and Chrome, and you can download and install your favorite apps via the Google Play Store. Gme Connect is just like the Gme Plus, but with 4G connectivity. Your Gme Connect will stream your favorite entertainment via Wi-Fi and 4G, make and receive calls, and also text. With Gme Connect, we've included the ability to personalize the incoming and outgoing call and SMS experience using our preloaded call block. Block or approve incoming calls and SMS traffic as you decide. Find your Gme, a safer, smart device.
Well, now let's talk about headphones, because I tell you what, if you are looking for a new set of high quality headphones with the noise cancellation and all the other trimmings thrown in, there are more options on the market now than ever before. 2 years ago, Sony released what I believed at the time to be the world's best noise cancelling headphones, the Mark III model, and I wore them. I wore them all over the world. I wore them on the plane. I wore them on the tube in London, around Europe, in the United States, and they were my perfect traveling companion. But the interesting thing about those headphones was the features that they had built into them were so advanced that the people would not actually realize that it was the feature allowing me to do what I was doing at the time. For example, you'd be talking to a cabin crew officer on the plane and have your hand on the right ear cup and to hear what they were saying playing through the ambient noise. And the cabin crew officer on Qantas said to me, look, I bet you are able, like obviously recognizing me from TV or wherever, but I bet you are able to listen to me now, but it's spinning me out, you having your hand on your ear like that. So can you just take your headphones off while I'm talking to you? I went, yeah, that's fine. Geoff Quattromani joins us now to talk about the Mark IVs plus a few other models. How are you, Geoff? Good time to be looking for a new set of headphones.
Look, it really is. I mean, while a lot of us aren't going on airplanes anymore and international travel could be quite a while away, that's really where I used to use over-ear headphones the most. I think
Mm.
for people who, catch public transport, again, a huge value opportunity to wear headphones like this. But in saying that, I've been working from home for a few months and I seem to be wearing over-ear headphones a lot more because I use them for calls, I use them for music, and I can get around the house and do my things because I'm completely wireless as well.
There's some little hacks that you can learn to take advantage of over-ear headphones and make the most of them. For example, one Sony executive that I was talking to, he was on the plane saying, "Oh, mate, on the way over here, we were heading back from Barcelona after Mobile World Congress, and he was saying on the way over here, I tell you, this bloke was snoring and it was almost shaking the plane. He was that loud." And I said, "Well, put your noise cancelling headphones on." He says, "Well, no, I can't do that because they switch off after 2 minutes." I said, "Connect them to your device, put some low classical music on, go into your Spotify or Apple Music, put some low classical music on, really low volume. The headphones will believe that will see that there's some music playing, even though low volume, and they will stay on for hours." So he did that, and coincidentally, there was another bloke lying across the aisle from him that snored like he was a camel with blocked sinuses, and yet this guy all of a sudden didn't hear any of that. But that's one of the little hacks that you don't know about until somebody kind of explains it to you. It really points to the fact, Geoff, that this technology is so more advanced than what we're actually using them for.
Look, it's so true. And even again with this model, you could easily just pair it to your phone and play music and do nothing else. But there is a button on the headphones now that allow you to trigger the Google Assistant or Amazon Alexa as well. So you can actually have your voice assistants built in, provided you're ready to start using them. And you mentioned being able to put your hand on the right cup to open up noise cancelling. The new feature they've added this time is speak to chat, which means that as soon as you start talking to that person who's serving you on the plane, the noise cancelling opens up automatically. So if you do that, you don't even need to put your hand on the cup anymore. Just start talking and that noise cancelling will stop. Whereas a lot of people will think to pause their music, take their headphones off, all that extra thing, you won't need to do that anymore. So you could be walking up to a cafe, leave your headphones on if you really want to, and just start ordering your coffee without doing anything at all.
I do believe, though, once we do start flying again, we're going to have to do a training session with the guys at Qantas to help them to understand that is not a person being rude. If they've got the Mark IVs on, they actually are able to hear. They're in a conversation with you. Well, the other thing about the Mark IVs is that, and this is synonymous with a number of these high-end headphones, that you can actually update the software or firmware on them over time by connecting them to the app. And one of the features we saw with the Mark IIIs, and I'm wondering whether you saw any of this with the Mark IVs, the ability to access Sony's 360 audio experience that they have developed and are continuing to develop with this new model.
That's so true. And sometimes the companion app that comes with a product can be seen as bloatware and something that actually gets in the way. If you don't install the Sony app, you're really missing out on a number of features. And 360 audio is one of them, but also allowing you to automatically adjust the noise cancelling on your headphones depending on whether you're walking or whether you're sitting at your desk or even whether you're at home or the office. The headphones can automatically adjust for that. So when I leave home, if I was to walk to the train station, I've got a typical audio setting automatically engaged. When I get on the train, it changes. When I get off the train, it changes again, all automatically, so I can still hear announcements on the train or I can still hear a car coming by on the street. But when I get to my desk, 100% noise cancelling and I won't hear anything. And all of that intelligence is being built into the app. So again, having that app installed is extremely important to really get the most from these headphones, which, let's be honest, they're not exactly cheap if you are going to make the investment.
I'm a dad, and so are you, Geoff. One of the things about raising children is that children are always going to be children. And when you've got a young child, for example, this kind of product can be a lifesaver for the parent because the stress of a crying child is something that you really don't know about until you've experienced it. And your body, the human brain reacts differently to it. You become more stressed, and as we know, when you become more stressed, you make poorer decisions. Your decisions are affected. this kind of product can actually filter through that really high pitch sound. Not so you're not hearing it anymore, but it just takes that venom out of the noise of that experience, but also many, many other high pitched sound experiences as well, right?
It's so true. And look, at the moment, I've got a house next door being built. So as I've been working from home, having noise cancelling headphones is so good. So I don't hear that thud or that grind or anything else going on next door. It allows me to actually focus and actually to get my work done. And actually, more importantly, it also helps from a calls perspective as well, because the noise cancelling technology in the headphones allows people I'm talking to hear me better, which means it's picking up my voice rather than the construction noise next door. So, the technology in these headphones isn't just for you sometimes, it's actually for the person you're talking to, which benefits everybody.
Lay it out for me. Just say I've already got the Mark IIIs and now the Mark IVs are out. Am I better off to purchase the Mark IIIs, which no doubt are a bit cheaper today, or do I stretch and get the Mark IVs? And what are the key things that are really going to be different between the two?
Look, I really do think that if you've got the Mark IIIs, hang on to them, especially if they're still working. There's probably not enough to justify the upgrade. If you are going into noise cancelling headphones for the first time and you're looking for a large pair of headphones like this, consider this model. Consider the Bose 700s, Bowers & Wilkins, the PX7, for example, all around a similar price point. But you do need to pay attention to things that it offers beyond audio. And when you think about this pair, having both voice assistants potentially to be built into the headphones, the smart technology around when you're walking around and how it adapts to the noise around you, and also just that speak to chat feature, which I really like, unless you enjoy doing karaoke, because if you like to sing to the music you're listening to, it actually pauses as soon as you start to sing. So that could be a potential problem that I have discovered, but they are extremely good headphones from Sony. They are one of the brands that you can invest in, and you probably won't need to replace these for a number of years. You'll probably wear out the ear cups before anything else.
Yeah, and that is interesting on that point with the ear cups with the Mark IIIs. I've been wearing mine consistently for 2 years now. I got them. In fact, I got them like a couple of weeks before they actually launched because we were going to Barcelona. We were going to Berlin for IFA, and they said try these. And I've noticed that the ear cups are consistently performing in the manner that they were when I first got them. And that, look, to be honest, that's probably the first area that we see degrading on a set of headphones through regular use, right?
It really is. And I know that Bose, for example, their cushions tend to actually degrade after around 2 to 3 years. And they do now have a program that allows you to uncup them and you can take them to a Bose store to get them replaced. So with the Sony ones, for example, I've heard the same sort of story to you, that the quality seems to last quite a bit longer, despite, using it every day, for example. So it is one of the things to pay attention to.
All right. That's the Mark IVs from Sony. They are a sensational piece of kit. Whether you get these or whether you get the Bose, the Sennheiser, the Bowers & Wilkins, do your research. I tell you what, because they are not just a set of headphones. They really are a life enhancement device, because the quality of sound that you are listening to and the additional benefit that you get from adding this kind of technology to your life is far and away an improvement on what you could ever expect. So look, some great products around at the moment. Geoff, thanks for joining us to talk about the Mark IVs from Sony. Appreciate your time. We'll chat to you again soon.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Swan's known for creating world-class home security products, and with a range of wired and wireless cameras and devices, it's easy to see why. One of the newest products to join the ecosystem is the Enforcer. Swan's Enforcer security system is designed to prevent crime. It's a wired multi-camera surveillance system, but each camera also has activity-triggered police-style red and blue flashing lights and spotlights to deter intruders and warn you of potential threats. The video quality is impressive, 1080p Full HD during the day, and unlike a lot of the security systems on the market, full colour at night thanks to Swan's night to day technology. With True Detect heat and motion sensors, the cameras can sense people, cars and animals, ensuring the system records when it needs to and limits false alarms. Being wired, the Enforcer security system makes storing your footage easy and affordable. You can store it for free on the pre-installed 1TB hard drive for up to 180 days. And you can also upload your footage to the cloud. The Swan Enforcer system can be managed with the Swan Security mobile app. This allows live viewing of the cameras, mobile alerts when there's activity, and you can control all of the system settings, including the lights. You can also add other Swan security devices and control everything on the app. You can even go hands-free with Hey Google and Alexa integrations. With enough features to intimidate any intruder, the Swan Enforcer security system is now available.
Questions from you over the week. Sally asked about Huawei smartphone devices. Does she need to register for the app gallery and the Huawei customer service that is part of the Huawei experience? And should we be concerned about data being gleaned by Huawei and sent overseas to China? Look, to be honest, Sally, to be honest with you, I'm not worried about that at all. I've been using a P30 Pro from Huawei for a number of years now, at least, well, not a number of years, since it came out last year. It is a sensational handset, and I think the engineering quality of Huawei handsets is second to none. I would be more worried about the data that's being sucked up by Google and Facebook and used to sell you advertising than what Huawei is doing. You don't have to register on the Huawei service and gain access to the Huawei gallery if you don't want to. If you're buying a smart device from Huawei that doesn't have Google mobile services registered, so you for example can't use Google Maps or you can't use the Google Play Store, then you're going to want to register with the Huawei app gallery, because that's the only way you're going to be able to conveniently download apps onto that device, unless you sideload your apps directly to it, or you do a transfer of apps from a phone to a Huawei phone. So if you got your apps on this phone, you can potentially, you can use the software to copy them onto your Huawei phone. But that's it. I wouldn't be worried about your data ending up in the hands of China by having a Huawei handset. I wouldn't worry about that. A minor thing, just use the handset if you like the handset, and consider that if you're going to get yourself a new Huawei phone. Also, another question that came through this week, and I don't have the person's name, I apologize, about a soundbar that was purchased for a brand new QLED Samsung 75-inch TV, smoking hot TV, that one. The audio is out of sync and can't get the soundbar audio to be in sync with the picture on the screen. This is, of course, very, very frustrating and kills the experience of any movie or TV show or sport that you're watching, even with a 1 or 2 second delay or a half a second delay. What you can do is go into the advanced settings on your audio and try reducing the audio lag that way. There's a setting in there that allows you to do that. Go and do that. It's a well-known thing that goes on with TVs and external speakers, that there can be lag. If it goes beyond that, you may want to look at getting a splitter and going into the splitter and then into the soundbar. Consider that. There is an encoding mechanism that goes when you're playing music into a Bluetooth device, but it really shouldn't be causing you that much delay or lag with the audio going through. So hopefully that helps you, and enjoy your 75-inch Samsung TV. A little bit jealous of that one. That's a great model that you've got there. That's it for the show. Next, we'll have more from the Samsung Note 20 Ultra 5G smartphone. Appreciate the guys from Arlo coming on and talking about their brand new Essential Camera series that they've just launched. Big thanks to Geoff Quattromani and to you for tuning in. We'll catch you next week.